And welcome back to the Loss Prevention News Network. I'm Joe LaRocca, joined by co-MC Amber Bradley. The National Retail Security Survey results were released last week, and retailers reported losing an estimated $46 billion nationwide in 2017. Sadly, though, the shrink numbers only represent a small picture of what retailers lose in the overall scheme of things. There's supply chain losses, which are tens of billions of dollars, and then there's fraud losses or paperwork losses that retailers don't even report in the National Retail Security Survey. And our next guest, who's Bryan Lewis, the CEO of Intellicheck, is uniquely qualified to talk about. So, Bryan, thanks for joining us.
Welcome. Thanks for having me.
So, Bryan, when we talk about Intellicheck, tell us a little bit, what does the company do?
We're in the business of authenticating an ID that somebody presents when they're looking to enter into a transaction to get credit, at point of sale in a store. So what we're doing is we're stopping fraud before it happens, because you mentioned the amount of money that the retailers are losing. About $16.8 billion of that is to identity theft, where they're on the hook for giving credit to somebody that they shouldn't have. We stop that.
And so it's 16 billion on top of the 46 already reported, because the shrink is looking at merchandise losses. You're on the credit line, if you will. And I think what a lot of people don't understand is that retailers aren't even always the victim. Sometimes it's the banks. Retailers are just the induction point for the application overall. Is that right?
Yeah, it's split between the retailers and the banks. And then what we're not counting is the hours it takes the consumer to clear their name and their credit, because it's in their name. Right. And it shows up and all of a sudden, I didn't do that. Well, now you have to prove that you did, because it's some pretty good background information that says it was you, because so much data of ours is now stolen on the web. Our social security numbers, dates of birth, addresses, in some cases driver's license numbers, already out there.
So as a victim, you could be the consumer, the retailer, the bank. Intellicheck is right there, basically monitoring and preventing these types of losses. I'm a cashier. I'm working in the store. I'm incentivized to open up instant credit because we want people to buy right away. Yeah. Tell us how that cashier would use Intellicheck in the process.
Yeah, and I think a big difference is they are incentivized on that. And most systems just will scan your license, take that data, and pre-populate the application. And they haven't made sure it's a good ID. So all they've done is speed up the onboarding of a fraudulent transaction. We do the same process. The only difference is before it parses out everything, it's going to say, this is a good ID, it's a bad ID, or hey, it's an expired ID, maybe you need some more information. So it's just a flag that lets them know whether they should continue the transaction.
Great.
Yeah, because if they're giving them bad credit, and they're walking out the door with some $1,000 order, oh yeah, I'd love to have 10% off my $2,500 order, right? So the retailer's then losing that merchandise in the process.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, and it's pretty large. Like I said, $2,100 to $3,500 a transaction on average. So it's not trivial.
So you guys aren't just in the traditional retail environment. Also, what are some other industries that you're in?
We started off in military-based security. That's why we got so good at authenticating IDs. And then we took that into age-restricted products, so restaurants, vaping stores, cannabis stores. We also now are in the law enforcement space. So it gives now on a mobile phone a law enforcement officer everything that they would have in their mobile terminal. They just scan and authenticate an ID, and then we also check the federal, state, and DMV databases to make sure they know what threat awareness they need for the person they're interacting with.
Yeah, it seems like so many applications across the broad spectrum of problems, from everything from even schools. Like you think about schools checking, how you have to, you hope at your child's school you have to walk in and check in and hand over your license. It's a very similar process, right?
Correct. It's as simple as that. Any way that they might be scanning an ID now, the difference is they can do the same process of scanning, the same tool that they're using. We're going to authenticate it in addition to scanning it.
Oh, that's incredible.
And As we look at the changes to IDs here in the U.S., going to these secure IDs or authenticated IDs, how does that impact your product? Well, first of all, is this going to work as we secure the IDs for individuals? And what, if any, impact does it have for your company?
All you have to do is go online and you'll see that these secure IDs are not all that secure. You can buy them for, if you're only doing yourself, you'll get 2 in case you lose one for $100. You get 10 of your friends, you can get them for $60 each. These people advertise that they have the latest new secure ID. Check us out in Florida, it's the new one. Hey, we're having a 15% off sale on this one. So the fraudsters are really good at what they're doing. And the sophistication of printers is making it so that many of those secure ID tools in there can be copied very easily.
It's scary, alarming, actually.
Yes.
How long from the time that the ID is scanned to get a decision back?
Seconds. I mean, it's literally instantaneous. You scan it, it goes to the cloud, we check it against our rules-based engine, and send back any.
So as long as the cashier is looking to make sure the ID matches the individual in front of them, chances are they're going to prevent fraud.
We, like our clients tell us, we're about 99.9% accurate. That's what we'll claim. They'll claim higher. I like that. But it is rather foolproof.
So since this is your first quick take session with us, Amber has a tradition of putting our guests on the hot seat.
The hot seat.
Yay.
Yes,
And today-
or the hot table.
Or the hot table, or doing a lightning round.
Yes.
All right.
So I'm
We've
actually going to
morphed it.
give you my microphone so
So I
you
can
can
answer.
Yeah.
very quickly, because the
That's
buzzer
right.
will sound.
The
and then
buzzer
you-
will
I want
sound.
to beat the buzzer.
That's
beat the
right.
buzzer.
That's
Okay.
right. It's very important.
Okay.
And then all the sirens that we have placed around here will go off if we
I
don't
don't want
if we
that.
don't beat the timing. So
Okay.
And
all right.
Intellicheck will deny the transaction.
Yes.
Just like that. It's over.
Denied. Okay. So it's just choices, and you give me what you prefer. Okay, you
Okay.
ready? Facebook or Instagram?
Facebook,
Orange or Apple?
Apple,
iPhone or Android?
iPhone,
Friends or 90210?
Friends,
Jason Bourne or James Bond?
Born all the way.
Maverick or Iceman?
Maverick,
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Good for you. Sugar or Splenda?
Splenda,
Beach or lake?
Beach.
Yanny or Laurel?
I heard Yuri.
Yuri. Yanny, Laurel, or Yuri? You decide, folks. Okay,
I'm going to call that both.
both. Oh, is that what you heard?
Because I'm the only one today that said both.
Joe
Yeah.
likes to be different.
No, Yuri every time.
I think we should do a Twitter vote. Like tagging
Sounds like
both
a
of
good-
us
that
and
sounds like a
then
good
voting, because it hasn't been settled. We're declaring it. It hasn't been settled. Okay, LeBron or Jordan?
Jordan,
Seinfeld or Will and Grace?
Seinfeld.
Yeah, I've gotten that. I think I have to change the Will and Grace. No one's picking that, but it's funny. Let's see. We had one more. Oh, cruise or plane?
Plane,
Nice. I think we did boat or jet ski?
boat,
Golf or tennis?
tennis,
Typewriter or internet?
He's like, I am.
typewriter. What?
Yes.
What is
yes.
that?
Look, I'm trying to educate the public out there.
My
the
mom's-
internet
yeah. I didn't even know
is
how to
of
type.
the devil. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
If we could just all go back to here's a good one: horse-drawn carriage or car.
Car.
You see, you're a technology guy, though.
Correct.
I might actually even go horse-drawn carriage. If that means we could get rid of Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, and just let my kid grow up. Hi, Lena Grace. Just let her grow up without all these social media things, and then we just reinstate them. It's fine.
Everybody-
Just take a pause on technology.
Make people talk again.
Yeah, right? Let's write letters.
Right.
And put a stamp on them.
Like, your kids probably don't have any phone minutes on their phones. All data, right? Text, text, text.
Yeah.
Nobody talks.
No one talks. It doesn't make any
Why?
sense.
Why would you talk? Just text.
Yeah, that's what they
Nah,
say.
I'm a talker.
Hey, just send them. Hey, give them a call. No, why would I do that?
No,
Just
text,
text.
text, text.
It's crazy.
While they're sitting next to each other.
I know. It makes no sense. But so you made it through the lightning round.
Fantastic.
Congratulations.
Yep.
So now you have to come back and join us in New York for the big show, because that's where we will be next, and the next big NRF event.
I look forward to it.
Yeah, that sounds good. So we appreciate you guys' sponsorship, and we're looking forward to our next conversation.
In New York.
Yeah, in New York, right? What else you got to add? We're still trying to get Joe to give us a movie quote. That's the one thing I left
can't
out
do a
for
movie
you.
quote?
I did.
What
I
about
said,
you?
May the force be with you.
Oh, he did. I'm sorry.
Come on,
I
I
know.
gave
I
her
forgot
one.
your one. So what's your favorite movie or movie quote?
What we have here is a failure to communicate.
Oh, that's a really good one. I know that one. When's that from?
Cool Hand Luke.
Oh, Cool Hand Luke. That's like your call sign.
Yeah, good.
We went over call signs earlier with a fighter pilot.
Here earlier.
Yeah, I know, right? The hints, the Maverick or Iceman situation.
He was
and
Maverick.
I know, and
was Maverick.
I've already given too many Top Gun quotes, or I would give some Wedding Crasher or Tommy Boy quotes, but I don't want to get bleeped out.
And she, just for the record, I did give her another quote. She just didn't count it. Right?
Oh, really?
Show me the money.
Oh, that's right.
Show me the
Joe
money.
has to.
Right?
So this has been Movie Quote Central, but we really appreciate Intellicheck, and we appreciate everybody watching. Thanks so much for watching LPNN.
Brian, thanks for being here.
Thank you.